Ross and Kick are parting ways again. But let's check this out.
You see the title and thumbnail, and this time I actually think that it's gonna be 100% true. Ironically speaking, it seems quite shaky in the land of steak, and honestly, their biggest supporter for the past 2 to 3 years, Aiden Ross, seems to be jumping ship. Now, the past few months, there has been some signs that this day of reckoning was coming. He's been back and forth with the CEO. He's been trying to get his friends unbanned to no avail. He's been basically MIA for a long time now, only to come back in spurts when it was like a big stream or so. But today it was announced that Aiden Ross sold 50% of his equity in the company of Kick. And I quote, "Made my impact on Kick, but now it's time for the next chapter." And it's also being reported that Aiden and the CEO of Kick have a shaky relationship.
That nigga does not need to be unbanned, bro. I'm sorry. Like, this is crazy. This nigga does not need to be unbanned, bro. If there's anybody freakier than the Shay, it's fucking Snags. Like, the fucking shit that he said to kids, you better about protect the kids and leave the kids alone, but the shit that he said to a kid is actually insane.
Like, they have not talked at all, and it's because Aiden Ross and SSB have gone on strike after Just Snags has been banned from the platform and is not coming back, even though they are pleading for him to be able to stream again. It's funny because we thought Kick had a bright future. Aiden Ross just came off of one of the biggest streams in history, and I know that sounds crazy, but ultimately it was one of the streams that helped get Donald Trump, the current president, elected into office. And this seemed to be his return to streaming after a couple months of not streaming. You know, he went on a little hiatus, but then he came back in full force, having Nick Fuentes on, doing his streams with a couple of his Kick friends, being the normal Aiden Ross that we know. But then after that, in October or so, we didn't hear from Aiden Ross until late November, when the rumors and the writing on the wall seemed to reveal itself about him and his relationship with the Kick staff and CEO. Now, we all had conversation about it. Kai, XQC, Ray.
Kai claims that he will ask Twitch to unban Aiden and ditch the effort parting ways with Kick. One of the nice people I ever met. I always defend him. Okay.
Whoever in their mama made comments about Aiden Ross being missing and gone and how much he was needed to the streaming community, but there was one collective of people that kept trying Aiden Ross during this time. And by trying him, basically saying, we don't need you.
Did Aiden Ross leave Kick? I don't think Aiden left Kick. What he does is like doing the drama stuff, getting all the engagement farming. I have not heard anything about anyone leaving Kick. Where the f is Aiden gonna go to? Aiden's banned from Twitch. He's gonna go to fucking Rumble or some shit? I don't know. Like, he's got nowhere to go. Right now,
Damn! Nah, that's kind of crazy. He's got to know where to go. Is kind of crazy.
Aiden's taking a break from streaming. You know, if he chooses to stream elsewhere, you know, I think that's fine, right? That's up to him.
Now, Eddie may have some credibility in what he's saying. I mean, Aiden is banned on Twitch, even though we've seen cries and pleas to people from the streaming platform like KISSIMMEE or, you know, whoever else is on Twitch to Dan Clancy to say, hey, please, can we get Aiden Ross back on the platform? He'll do good, etc., etc. He is ultimately still banned from the platform. And we know he's not going to YouTube with the type of shenanigans or antics that he's used to, so maybe that means he'll have place and space on a platform like Rumble or something like that. I don't know. And hell, Elon Musk has been building up the X platform, which I think Aiden Ross can potentially turn into something good if he decided to go there. But Eddie was right. Aiden doesn't have anywhere to go. He can talk all he wants, but not like he's going back to Twitch. But I would not say that on public platforms. I think that stoking the flames like this is only gonna make somebody like Aiden Ross, who has a big ego, like all big creators do, just say to themselves, screw you guys. I'm gonna make my own way, even if it is without you. And I think Aiden is super charged up now, because now in the bigger sphere of things, Aiden is getting questioned about his status. Although some still recognize him as being one of the big mainstream streamers, there's still some people out there that are saying he's fallen off, and it's Convy of all people. And I know this
Convy isn't Convy SSB.
On one end, you have Eddie giving him all this backlash and all this bait on the Kick platform that he's been promoting for the past couple years. And then on the other end, you have people questioning your status as one of the top streamers in the world.
Only fully mainstream streamer is really Kai and Speed. And obviously Aiden was, but he's not streaming right now. But it's not there where it's like bro, Kai be on the news and shit.
I feel like Aiden did it to himself and he regrets it. Like, he formed his community to become like toxic. It's gonna be hard for him to convert back to like being wholesome.
Look, Aiden heard enough of this and he decided, look, I'm going back to streaming. I'm tweeting from my account. I'm going back to streaming, and I'm gonna hold myself accountable for me and my community's actions.
And it's unfortunate because Aiden was really a good streamer, but he formulated this toxic ass community. You know, I saw he deleted his Twitter community and shit, you know, and got past that, but it's still like, you have these toxic niggas in your shit. it's gonna be a hell of a cleanup, bruh. A hell of a cleanup. It's gonna have to be a crazy cleanup. You have to figure that shit out.
So that there's no excuses going forward.
When I saw on Twitter you guys just saying the most evilest things. I'm not perfect. I've said crazy shit. This is all my fault. I'm taking full accountability for raising you motherfuckers that are going on Twitter and making the craziest statements on certain people. And I'm like, wow, this is my fault. And I feel horrible for it. And I promised myself that these people are not going to make it on my channel this entire year.
Now, since Aiden has come back in 2025, he is vowed to be a better streamer, vowed to be a better community leader, and overall change his image, especially because the company that he keeps seemingly has him landed in hot water, not even necessarily just on his own stream, but then also on their adjacent streams.
Dude, I'm cooked, yeah. It's just insane. All right.
Whether it was that or the pump and dump streams, his friends literally keep getting him in trouble day in and day out. And I think that's what the CEO of Kick was basically saying to him when they were saying, yo, we're not getting rid of the bans for Cuff'em, Convy, Cheezer, Just Snacks, whoever else is in SSB. So that's gonna have you making some real tough decisions about what you do with your friends. And Aiden finally.
Here's the thing though, chat. Like, you are who you hang around. If that nigga was willing to do that for content and clout, what else the fuck do you think that nigga is willing to do?
He made a tough decision.
Chenzo, Cheezer update. I hope he's doing well. I don't speak to him at all, but I really do hope he's doing well.
Now, with that being said, this doesn't mean that Aiden Ross is squeaky clean. His recent incident with Kanye West had a lot of people raising their eyebrows, specifically because, yes, he did condemn Kanye West for his actions at the end of it. He said, screw that guy. I don't want to be a part of you and what you got going on, etc., etc.
Did I fuck up here? Fuck no, and I'll stand on it again. Kanye West. And again, it's not even Kanye because me personally coming at him. You made jokes about Make-A-Wish kids. You're Kanye and you feel bulletproof. We all love your music, bro. But at the end of the day, yeah, you made graduation. How many times can we defend you and say that you're a piece of shit, you're a scumbag, you need help?
But a lot of people were even questioning, why would you even want to be involved with Kanye West in the first place? He had pitched that he could do the interview for him. He was bowing down to him, calling him Mr. West or Sir, or whatever the case may be. A lot of people would ask, though, during Kanye's, can you say anti-Semitic tirade on Twitter, his crazy tirade on Twitter, why would you even entertain the fact that you could have conversation with him or be the interviewer for him? But regardless of all of that fact,
here's the thing. I get why niggas is like, well, yo, why would you even entertain that? But that's no different than journalism.
Little slip up, not clean image, whatever he's trying to do. I believe that Aiden Ross is pulling the deck together, cleaning up his act, and trying to make a transition to Twitch. He's been doing it for the past couple years. He's been having conversation and begging. He's had other people like KISSIMMEE
Lunar said hello, hi,
and ask questions. I think even PKWY Max has gone to bat for him. He's trying to clean up his image so he can make his ultimate escape. The problem is that he doesn't have anywhere to go. But if he has these guys backing him, then maybe he can make his move to Twitch. Now, we do have to acknowledge that the reason that Aiden Ross even had to make this transition in the first place is because of multiple TOS violations, suspensions, and bannings that happened on the platform. So I guess one of the questions that does arise is, will he change his behavior? Will he do something different? Whatever happens, I know that he's not happy on Kick, and I know that he's not seeing the same benefits and rewards that he's seeing on the platform.
I personally think the whole gambling thing, I feel like it was blown out of proportion. Like, yes, it should have been under an 18+ category, and like they had to verify their accounts to be able to watch if you're gambling. But at the end of the day, bro, there's girls with their ass out, shaking their ass and shit like that. You can't have girls shaking their ass and twerking and hot tub streams and shit like that. And when it gets to gambling, oh, this is just too much. You see what I mean? Like, we really gotta call it for what it is. Just like there's a corn addiction, there's gambling addictions. They're both equally bad. Let's be honest.
As his counterparts have seen on Twitch, if we think about it, everybody since the inception of the Kick Twitch split on the Twitch side has seen massive amounts of growth, not just in their own realm, but in the mainstream sphere as well. And a lot of people on Kick saw nothing but a fall off or some sort of controversy or whatever the case may be. Anything outside of their contract, I personally didn't see them gain from it, but it seems like the party has always and will always be on Twitch. And I think a lot of content creators and streamers have seen that. That's why when their renewal date came around for their bag, I don't even think they went to have conversations. They just jumped back over to the Purple app. See, the problem with Kick is that they promised something that they really couldn't deliver. They promised the audience, and some of them came. They promised the numbers, and those views came as well. But they promised a TOS-free platform, and that just did not happen. You know why? Because a lot of people took advantage of that. A lot of people were doing just extreme, harsh, crazy things on the platform, saying whatever they wanted on the platform, and Kick itself got a bad reputation. You can YouTube search Kick streamer does X, and some of the most outrageous things pop up. Dextro and other Twitter pages on a daily basis were putting up the most outrageous things. And so the initial appeal was appealing so much that a lot of these crazy people came to the platform, but ultimately that had
made it a bad rep,
things up and people getting displeased with the platform every single day. And by the people leaving the platform, I mean some of the original draw of the platform as a whole. We're talking about Bruce, we're talking about Rage, we're talking about Nick Merckx, we're talking about all the guys that they said would be over here. They left because there was no more money.
We're just some fucking broke bums that Kick picked up off the street. We had money before Kick, gang. We didn't need money to elevate shit. Kick wanted us there to do what we were doing on Twitch on Kick.
Oh, I didn't take the second deal because they was trying to make me sign an NDA, chat, and you know I am not going. But it's all love to Kick. They're still giving new and up and coming people opportunity, and they gave me one of the best opportunities I've ever accomplished ever in my life. But y'all got some on there, man, and a lot of them viewers ain't real. So stop view buying every.
A lot, yeah. That is actually also very true. I feel like I was just having this conversation. I feel like the Kick front page is cool, but it doesn't like it inflates the views without new niggas even coming in a chat. Like when we did like the when I did the low key rival stream, niggas came, niggas was in there. It had like 200. It had like 200 views, but no new chatters. Like no new. I didn't see anybody new in that motherfucking chat. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody in the streaming industry, stop view buying, bro. Y'all know who I'm talking to too, bro. Stop trying to make yourselves seem bigger than what y'all is, bro. Just work for that shit, gang.
I don't know if you ever seen that meme where the guy is pushing the small domino and there's the big domino at the very end. Well, it seems that all the small dominoes have fallen and we're literally waiting for that last big domino to fall, which would be Aiden Ross leaving the Twitch platform. He has recently hinted at some sort of special thing happening in the coming month or so, and I think that that's a potential unban, but I know from the outside looking in that it is not looking good on Kick.
I feel like your last couple of months has just kind of been like about you. I know you had like a really strong grind period. Now you're kind of just taking down on the work, or how does that go?
Well, I got something hopefully planned this month. It's going to be elevating for my career. So I'm just being very patient with what I'm doing right now. I'm not really doing too much. I'm just really focusing on myself, trying to make sure my mental, my physical, everything is correct. Because if something happens this month, which I'm expecting it to happen, and if it doesn't, whatever, you go back to the drawing board. But if it happens, blessed.
More and more support for his transition, less and less ability to be on the Kick platform. Numbers are going down on a monthly basis on the platform. People are looking at it ever so crazy on the platform. And without those bigger eyes that they paid in the beginning, the only thing left is what? XQC hating, some gamble streams that you can get with Drake, who's not the hottest right now, and just a toxic culture that's even more toxic than the Twitch fan base that he grew over the past couple years. I think the experiment of Kick was fine and dandy, but once they figured out that they were just throwing money out there and they got a bad rep and a bad name, they realized, hey, this is why Twitch had these things like TOS in place. This is why people were saying that you should change your content in order to appeal financial backing. Because if you own the product, you'll realize how important financial backing is. I don't know how a Kick or a Rumble survives without these big names from which they don't have anymore. I see them honestly closing up shop in the next couple months, honestly, if they don't have a big name like a Aiden Ross, because who's carrying the platform view-wise at that point? Their first problem was leading with money in the first place, but that's a whole nother idea. But could you imagine Aiden Ross returning to the Twitch platform when streaming is at an all-time high in the mainstream media like it is right now? Everybody going to streaming right now. Listen, I get calls every single day talking about so-and-so wants to try their hand at streaming. We're seeing more sponsor-backed streams now more than ever. Streaming has taken over and Twitch has essentially let their own competition kill itself, and that final domino will drop when Aiden Ross is unbanned from the platform.
I see that. I don't know if Kick will fully die, but it's gonna be like a slow slow depletion. But we'll see. We'll see for sure. We'll see.